In this video, we will be talking about the ratio and root tests. So, so let me give you the what you need to know. You don't need to know anything else. So the ratio test, you need an plus 1 over an. And when you find the limit, and if that is less than 1, then it's convergent. And for the root test, there's no an plus 1, there's only an, the square root of an. And when you take the limit of those and the number is less than 1, then it's convergent. So let me show you all some examples. So here we have a example of the root test. We are going to do the root test in this problem. So here we have like a basic series, and this might seem confusing to y'all because like there's an explanation point next to the n, but it's pretty much like if you have an n, right? Let's say you have a n plus 1, right? Then the next one would just be n, because this is basically when you see the explanation point, you're basically minusing by 1. So let me just show you how I do it. Alright, so first of all, we have to rewrite this to an. So this would just be negative 1n times 2n over n. Also, yeah, the explanation point is called factorial. So yeah, and the next step is we want to do our an plus 1. That will be just when we do an plus 1, we are going to add whenever you see like an n, we're going to add 1. So like let me just show you all. So we are adding n plus 1 here. We're adding n plus 1 here. We're adding n plus 1 over here too. And when you have n plus 1, it looks kind of like disgusting, right? But now we gotta like distribute the n and ones because we want to make it simpler, right? So we can distribute this. So we can just do negative 1n times negative 1 to the power 1, because that's basically, if you multiply these, it's basically this, because it is. So you can do this right here. Oh yeah, when we do oh yeah, we can just leave it like that. Oh yeah, and then for the factorial, we can we're always minusing by 1. So the next one, so n plus 1 minus 1, it will be just n factorial, and that's it. N plus 1 over n. So now we gotta do all this stuff. So we can just do negative 1. Our an plus 1 is negative 1 is all this. Our an plus 1 is all of this. So we gotta put that all here. And it's going to be the equation in the beginning. So we can just divide it by this. And now we can multiply the reciprocal, so we will cancel out everything easier. So let me make it more appealing. So here we have the reciprocal, and then as you can see here, we have like stuff to eliminate, right? So we can eliminate this, we can eliminate this, we can eliminate this, and now we are left with negative 2 over n plus 1, right? So it's not that bad, right? So, oh yeah, we got to put the absolute value, because that's how it says in the equation when you do this for the ratio test. And now we have to do our third and final step. We got to take the limit. We got to limit always to infinity, right? So this will just be 2 over n plus 1, and we can do that easily by dividing by the greatest denominator. So this will be just 2 over n and n over n plus 1 over n. So this will be equal to 0. This will be equal to 1 plus 0. And all in all, this will be equal to 0. We see that the number is less than 1, right? So this is convergent. This ratio test is convergent. Alright guys, so here we have another equation or series for the root test, right? And I'm gonna just try to go as quickly as possible. But for the first step, right? We gotta we gotta put it into AN, right? So this would be, oh, we don't even need to put AN. We can just put in AN plus 1 because that is what we need. So, or AN plus 1. Every time there's an N, you got a plus 1, right? So this should just be like that. 2n plus 1. And n plus 1, when you add a 1, let's say it will be n plus 2. And you got 3n plus 1. Get n plus 1 factorial. And we're done. We're done with the n plus 1. Now we gotta distribute, right? Now we gotta distribute this, right? So we're left with n plus 1. Then we're left with 2n times 2. Then we are left with n plus 2 times n plus 1 factorial, because we are minusing, when we do the factorial, distribute the factorial, it will be always minusing 1. So, and then we got 3n times 3. Then we got n plus 1 times n factorial. This we're gonna put in our equation. All to do, and now we have to multiply the reciprocal. So we have all our stuff we needed, right? Now we're going to distribute this, so we're gonna cancel out 3n. We're gonna cancel out 2n. We're gonna cancel out n to the factorial. We're going to cancel out n plus 1. We're left with only this. Now we can take out the n plus 1 because we can do that. Now we're left with 2n plus 2 or 3n. Now we can distribute the 2 to the n plus 2, so this will be 2n plus 4. We got 3n. Now we can do our limits, right? Divided by n, right? So this will be 2n over n, 4 over n, 3n over n. This will be 0. 2n over n is 2. 3n over n is 3. And this is our final answer. And we can see that this is less than 1, so it is convergent. Right, here we have an example of a series, and we are going to do the root test this time. So all you gotta do, the first step is rewrite this into an, right? This will be an. And now we have to look back at our equation. So when we square root the an, we're simply just going to take the square root of the absolute value of an, right? But we have like this little n here, right? And in reality, we're going to just multiply or by the exponent by 1 over n, and that will be helpful in this problem. So let me show you how we do it. So, alright, so the second step that you need to do is take the absolute value of all of this, right? So this would just be like that. It will be turned into a positive, so this would be 2n over n to the power of n. And now is the fun part. We gotta take the square of n of an, and this will just be like this. So just like that. And when we distribute the 1 over n, this would be like n over n, right? And this will distribute the denominator too, so it will be n over n. And what is n over n? N over n is 1, right? Because it is, right? So this will be n, 2 over n. And then we could take the limit, right? Our final step to take the limit. So a limit. Final step is the limit. So we could take the limit, right? 2 over n. It would be 2 over n and n over n. This would be 0 over 1. That would be 0. And we know that 0 is less than 1. So by the root test, this is convergent. And that's pretty much all you need to know. That's pretty much all you need to know for this video. And leave a like, subscribe. I appreciate if you comment on my video or want to get some feedback. But thank you for watching.